got like we got Miss Jackie, and we got like Brooks Northrup. I have to tell like a funny story about Brooks because he's actually like a really hard worker. But all of a sudden, I asked him like yesterday, where you at, Brooks? And he goes, I'm working from home. And I was like, Brooks, don't you think you should tell someone if you're working from home? Like you're an employee, Brooks. But anyways,
it was working.
But what I was gonna say is the market is the first thing I want to say is like my first recommendation. I want to talk about this kind of like seriously. The chef's gonna come in here too. The chef, pull up in a chair. Is don't watch the don't watch the news. You can pull yourself around for a little bit. Chef's got to go in a couple of minutes, but he's gonna like I said, don't watch the media, the news too much because real estate is actually going, pretty well. Like Jackie, Miss Jackie, you just wrote a contract last night, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, Miss Jackie wrote a contract right now. Kim Cheshire, that was supposed to be in this meeting. She put 3 pendings. She's got 3 pendings. She put, how many does Kim Cheshire have? She just put 3 under contract in the last couple of days. Miss Gail, I'm sure you guys are busy too, right?
Yeah, I got a new listing coming on tomorrow. It's going to be a great one.
That's what I'm talking about. And so this is just a mind shift that we have to change because a lot of people think that this is not a great time to list your house. It actually is a great time to list your house because they have less competition now. And and if you're representing the buyer, a lot of our agents were getting lost. We're losing multiple offer situations. Who here was recently in a multiple offer situation that they lost? Not like I'm talking about like a month ago. Hold up. Who was it? Which one of you guys said something?
Jackie.
Jackie. Yeah. So, and I knew buyers that were really getting worn down by that situation. And now, there's not as many, so it's a great for a buyer too. So that's the first thing I wanted to talk about. But here's a question: what are some of the ways some of our agents are showing homes or doing business? They're doing virtual tours, right?
Can I tell you something?
Are all you guys, Anthony, come in here too if you want.
Alex?
Yeah.
This is Lily. And hello, everybody. How are you doing this morning? Glad everybody is safe. Please stay home and stay safe. I have been going out, but I only go out and FaceTime. Now, I did some FaceTiming a few years back, but it wasn't really popular. However, now it has gotten to be more popular because they like the computer. They like to do things on the computer technology-wise. And Jack and I are working with a couple now. Everything that I show them FaceTime. And I am actually doing something for myself. I will only be the one to open the doors, open the cabinets, because I cover myself completely. I use my gloves, I use my mask. I know what everyone is saying, but tell me, I lost 3 people in my family last week. And this thing is serious. So if you're going to keep working, you need to protect yourself and your clients. All right? So I go out only. I do not meet people. I don't go around people. I love all of you, but I don't want to be near you. Right? I don't know that I am not sick. So I don't need to be near you close enough to sneeze or cough. Yeah. I do not take clients with me when I show properties. I go in, I show them the homes, I go back and we talk about the homes and we look at it, and I actually wrote a contract on it yesterday. Okay. But the key is staying away from the people. Yeah. You can still work with the house. But when you go in the houses, you need to be covered because you don't know who has touched what. All right, so try not to touch anything unless you have on gloves, and try not to stay in the home too long. That's my tip.
Chef and I are actually going to do a virtual training tomorrow about that very thing.
Excellent.
Lily, so you guys, if you could tune in tomorrow, we're gonna have in-depth discussion about that tomorrow and some very good tips on what to do.
I might try to come in during lunch break. I have a pre-licensed class I'm actually teaching online. So,
Good. Good. So, but like, so that's some of the things we're doing. But like I said, our numbers aren't really down very much. Business is still, thank God that we're not a restaurant or something like that, because like restaurant, and thank God we're like live around like in a military base, because you know, a lot of, you know, these are people that have you know, they're not worried about losing their jobs, because all their jobs, you know, are pretty much guaranteed. So
Right.
that's a huge blessing that we have. But the other thing I want to say, this is a great time for you to reach out in your database. You know, we always talk about you'll get 10% if you have 100 people in your database, which are, those are people that are advocates for you. You'll get 10 deals out of that. You'll get 10% of whatever your database is every year. Like 5% of it will be actual referrals from the, will be, well, 5%, 5 of them will be actual deals from directly from the people in that database. Another 5 will be referrals from those people. So this is a great time to, why is this a great time, Michelle, to call your clients? Because A, you're the advocate, so you want to see how they're doing. But B, if it's someone you haven't touched base with we all have those clients we haven't talked to, you know.
Yes, in ages.
In ages, right? And this is a great opportunity for you to just reach out and be like, because it doesn't sound like it's a great way to you guys restart your relationship, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm actually doing what Anthony told us to do. I'm taking some of this time to build my database back.
Yeah, me too.
Good. And then we have, so this is a really important time for you because, you know, I shouldn't be, we all have those people that we closed with. You know, 80% of people are actually happy using their transaction with their realtor, right? How many people use the same realtor again 6 years later?
Very seldom.
Can you guys give me a number? 6%.
5%? Oh,
Yeah. It's 6%. It's 6%. Why is that? The agent never kept up. The agent never kept up with their client. So not only are you, and that's actually your best source of referrals because you don't have to pay with a referral in your database. Do you have to pay a commission to Zillow? Do you have to pay any referral fees to any third-party people? You don't. That's like that's your most. Those are your most valuable clients. So this is a great time for. I don't know if you guys saw it, but we actually have a database outside our hall. That's like Cynthia's name is on it. But if you get 100 people on your, and Miss Gail's name is on it, but if you get 100 people on your database, you get there's bronze, silver, and gold. Bronze is 100 people, silver is 300, and gold is 500. And for each one, for everybody's name that's on that list outside, you're also eligible for like a grand prize at the end of the year, and it's going to be a pretty nice prize. But that one thing, what's the one thing all top producers have in common? Is a great database. You know, so that's what I wanted to talk about. What do you guys? Tell me some more good news, Miss Gail. So you're getting. Tell me about the listing you're getting tomorrow.
It's in Fortson, Georgia. And it's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, and it's going to be at $210,000. I think it'll sell really fast. They fixed it up really nice. The couple that's been living there. One thing that I find that's been my friend during all this is DocuSign.
Yeah.
Even as far as getting a seller who's confined to her home, could not really get to a computer to do the seller's property disclosure. I got on the phone with her. I read each question to her and answered them. Put the little check marks on there for her. Then I scanned and emailed it to her, and she DocuSigned it. So, there's ways to get around things during all this, even when people are confined at home with their kids, and you can hear the kids screaming in the background, whatever. So,
Absolutely, Gail. And we're going to talk a little bit about that tomorrow too, Gail. That's a great point that you brought up.
Yeah.
You know, even before this issue or this pandemic, real estate has started to become mobile anyway. You know, the days of having to always call your client in the office and print documents and have them sign it. We've kind of gone away from that, even, you know, in the last couple of years with Dotloop and DocuSign. So now the realtor can actually really be mobile now. So that's a great point, and we'll talk about that tomorrow as well.
Actually, and a little side humor, I put it, you know, part of these things that we want to be a little bit lively, so I posted like a couple, I'm going to send you guys a couple text messages, but I'm going to share my screen right now. I posted something funny on Facebook. Let me see if I can bring it up. Like, maybe I could do it. Well, let me see if I can do it this way. Let me see if you guys, tell me if you guys can read this.
Those of you quarantined without kids, how is it? Is it relaxing? Are there naps? Can you just do what you want all day? Talk dirty to me. Tell me about the good times.
I thought that was a good one. And then like I got some more one. You know, we're gonna have like a little bit of fun. And then like I like this one too. Tell me if you guys can see this one.
Oh.
I can see the picture, but I can't read the
Hey,
words.
read the print like when have you guys read it?
Look, people are getting desperate for toilet paper. You're white and don't stop moving it.
It's fading now.
Okay, hold up, hold up, one second. Here you go. We're gonna try this one more time, and then we'll get serious here.
You wait a minute, it gets too close for me, Alex.
Oh my God, you guys are all right. So there's a bunch of dogs there, and they're saying, "Look, people. Look. People are getting desperate for toilet paper. You're white and soft. Stay vigilant. That's all I'm saying." You see? So, anyways, a little humor, but like, because we want to make these things kind of fun. So, touch base, like, Cynthia, have you reached out to anyone in your sphere? How has that gone?
I think she's on the call.
Okay, I think she's making a call right now. Like, Miss Gail, have you talked to anyone in your sphere? Reach out to them?
Yeah, absolutely. I stay in touch with them. I send out emails. I post things on Facebook all the time.
Okay. What about, so you guys are doing that, and then Miss Dorothy, what's going on with your business? Tell me, have you reached out to anyone? Miss Dorothy. I think she's having a hard time hearing us. But like I said, Anthony brought up a good point. Theoretically, if you to write a contract, all you have to do is FaceTime with the client, then send them an offer via Dotloop, then schedule a time with them during the due diligence period where they can go to the house by themselves, and you got a contract right there. So this is great opportunities for you guys on the Carter's team, like Michelle. You know, I could have been at home crying and being in the stock of like panic. But what I did 2 weeks ago, and it's going to help our team out, is we picked up like a huge foreclosure. We picked up a huge relocation account, Veterans United, and so we got 2 of our agents on there right now. And then if they do a good job in the next month and a half, we'll get more people on it. But they wanted to do like a trial run with us. So that's a big, I could have, in that time period, we could have, just bought into all the panic. And I thought, man, I can't do this. We got a company to run. We got to provide some opportunities for our agents. So that's what we did. We got Katie, we got Katie, our relocation director, on our call right here. Unmute yourself, Katie. I don't think a lot of the people have talked to you yet. She is, if you guys did the Myers-Briggs test, she's like the ISTJ, which is exactly what Angelica is, which is exactly the opposite of me. So she's like introverted, detail-oriented, paperwork, doesn't like change, and
That was me. Yeah, that was me.
yeah, that's right. Was that a good prospecting call you were just on, Miss Cynthia?
Yes, sir, it was.
Tell me about that call.
Somebody was interested in a property near the Lake Bottom area. So I told her I would find some other ones because the one she was interested in was had a pending sale on it. So I have some emails ready to shoot her, and then she wants me to FaceTime her with some of the properties this afternoon. So.
Oh, look at that. Is she pre-approved already?
Yes.
Oh, look at that. Let's give Miss Cynthia a hand of applause right now. Good job, Cynthia. That's good. That's what I'm talking about, guys. People are still, we're blessed that we're kind of like in the military market, so the panic hasn't really sunk into everyone else. The other thing I was going to tell you, and there's an agent here that I was begging for them to do this last year, and they didn't do it. But if you set yourself up as a salary, but this is a good lesson for you for next time or for this year. But if you give yourself a salary, a small salary every year as a real estate agent, then you not only do you get tax benefits, but in this latest Corona stimulus bill, there's help for real estate agents, but only real estate agents that set them up as employees receiving that small salary. Does that make sense? So basically what happened in the past was like, instead of W-2ing yourself as an independent contractor, if you W-2 yourself as an independent contractor, and we're going to do a class on that in a couple weeks, but you set yourself up as an employee. All right, here's a perfect example. If let's say you make $60,000 a year, okay? You guys listen to me? You make $60,000 a year, but you give yourself $30,000 salary as an employee. Or let's say it's $40,000. You give yourself $20,000 a year salary as an employee. The other $20,000 you don't have to pay like all those the payroll taxes on and all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna do a class on that. I know it just sounded Greek. I can see your guys' face there, Miss Cynthia. But it's important because in this latest stimulus bill, there's help for real estate agents, but only those that set themselves up as like an employee receiving a small wage. So we're gonna do a class on that in a couple weeks, okay?
Okay.
And then we got Helga. Helga Schifano is in this conference call. Helga.
Well, good morning.
Good morning. Can you see?
Hey, Helga.
Hi, is that how you doing, Yvette?
I'm doing great. How
That's
about
right.
you?
And
I'm doing okay. Working at home.
tell me about who have you been reaching out? How's your database? How many people you got in your database right now, Yvette?
I think I have about 20 that I just updated yesterday. And I'm going through my list because I had them all on paper. So I'm going through my list, calling and reaching out, and then inputting it into Business Builder.
Okay, good. Remember, Business Builder, you get that free monthly. Oh, look at Miss Gail. This is one of those things you guys can receive for free from Miss Gail. You guys see that? She makes
No.
those things.
What's that? I can't see it.
Oh, cool.
She makes those what's it?
Masks.
Masks.
Yeah.
Masks.
Cool.
Are we supposed to wear those masks?
No, I mean, if you want some for yourself, if you want some for yourself,
Just email me.
She'll make a couple of them for you.
You can just email me. I don't know if y'all watched the news last night, but they actually were talking about these homemade masks, and said that they're reconsidering and thinking that they would be a good thing.
Are you saying they're a good thing or a bad thing?
They're a good thing.
They're a good thing. Hey, we got Ivan Evans straight from the bank. He's working like at the bank lobby today, right, Ivan? He's working. He's a loan officer at a Phoenix Gerard Bank. But this is like a really important time for you to reach out to your. And this is when you build. This last thing, I don't want to beat this horse to death, but this is when you can build some really strong relationships with your database. Like if I called Cynthia, I was like, hey, Miss Cynthia, if you need anything, just let me know and I'll help you out. You know, I can, I'll bring you some toilet paper over to your house.
Toilet paper.
Thank you. I have toilet paper.
Hey, you know what's a really funny thing? You guys gotta think outside the box to keep your business growing. I'll give you a perfect example. You know how 3 weeks ago there was absolutely no toilet paper at all? At any of us, like everyone was talking about how there's no toilet paper. So I was like in a Circle K 2 days ago. Yeah, I was in a Circle K 2 days ago, and I saw this young lady pick up like a 2-pack from like Circle K. And I was like, as soon as this, you guys mute yourself. You got some background. But I saw her pick up this like a 2-pack or 3-pack of toilet paper from Circle K. So then, as soon as I saw that, I asked the attendant, guys, whoever's on there, like mute yourself if you got that background music. But I asked, as soon as I saw that, I asked the cashier at the Circle K, hey, did you guys have toilet paper this whole time? And she says, yes. During the whole time, she had toilet paper at that Circle K. People just didn't think about going outside the box and going to a gas station to get the toilet paper.
Hey, Alex,
Yeah.
does anybody know where to get any sanitizers? Because I can't find any anywhere. We're supposed to have them in our business.
Oh, that's you.
You know what you can do? I think this will work. I think the best way to do that is I went to Sam's Club yesterday and they were like, I take this thing to make my hair look good, like keep growing, so it stays so sexy, Miss Michelle. But like, but they said that they didn't have any in stock, but that I could order it from samsclub.com.
Okay.
So like I would just go on Sam's Club and order it. I don't think there's an issue with it. Those people are making a killing.
Alex.
Yeah.
Alex.
Yes, ma'am.
I think it's Julie. I think it's Ivan that's hearing that's giving us all the background noise.
Ivan, put yourself on mute. Ivan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good point. I suspected him too. But you see, that's a real leader. She like you know what do you call it? Exposed them. What's like sold them out? No, that's good. But I sent you guys like, did everyone get the corona? Did everyone get I sent like a little action plan for you guys last Friday. We created it. But I'm just gonna talk about this for 1 second, and then we'll get off the phone. But like
well, I'm gonna step out. I got an agent that's up here waiting on me.
Okay.
So guys, if you get a chance to tune in tomorrow at 11,
Yeah.
Shep and I are gonna do a virtual meeting about
The safety.
the safety of doing real estate in this market. So tune in tomorrow at 11 as well, because there's some good information. And some of you guys have already touched on it, but we're going to go in more depth. So try to tune in tomorrow if you can.
Okay.
I'll see you guys later.
Okay. Good.
All right.
So, but some of the things is like, you know, if you're using a script, don't use a script like interest rates are too low. Like that doesn't make, people don't care about interest rates right now. They care about like a lot of people. What's the psychology of this whole thing? When people feel uncertain, they go in a panic, right? That's why there's a lot of women or men that stay in bad relationships for a long time, because they know that they know that it's a bad thing, but at least it's certain, right? And so that's the whole like psychology of this thing. So when you have a buyer or seller, you really want to make sure you represent them well, but you want to make sure, hey, don't act out of whatever you do, don't act out of panic. If you're thinking about removing your listing, just put all the facts on the table. Like, hey, do you have to be in another state in 2 months? Do you have to, are you going to lose some money? That kind of thing. So you want to make sure that in times of panic that you just help your seller or buyer understand that it's very normal to feel panic in this time, but you don't have to. You just have to make smart decisions. I got a question for you guys. Do you guys remember how in 2008 what the stock market dropped to? It dropped to like 5,000, and up to like a month ago, it was 30,000. So if you in 2008 got out of the stock market because you panicked, you'd be in bad shape. Even if you got out of the stock market, even now, you'd still be in bad shape because it's still, even though it's gone down a lot, it's still at 21,000. So just help, you're kind of a psychologist with your buyers and sellers. So just, calm them down and help them make, smart decisions. And if they want to push their listings back, then you tell them, if they want to push their listings back, then you say, hey, that's fine. We can relist it in a couple of months. Whatever you want to do, I'm here to support you. But the main things I wanted you guys to get away, to take away from this meeting today is develop some strong rapport. This is what better time to call your past clients, especially if you haven't talked to them. I mean, they're quarantined at home. The guys can't watch any sports or anything. They got kids jumping all over them, and you got like a very captive audience right now. So touch base with them. Keep advertising your listings on Facebook. And I was gonna say, if you post something on Facebook, let's say you share a listing on Facebook. Have you guys seen this? Let's say Michelle shares a listing, and then a friend of Michelle types someone else's name under that. That means that friend of Michelle thinks that that friend is interested in that listing. That's why she's typing her name under there. So go ahead and touch base, private message that link, because now you know that friend's like, hey, I just saw that Katie tagged your name on this post. Are you interested in seeing are you interested in me having to do like a private, FaceTime session with you on this house? So work your database, post your stuff on Facebook. One of the things we talked about, and some of our agents have had success from this last week, is I talked about calling the people on Airbnb. I have an Airbnb, and right now all my appointments are canceled. So all you have to do is go on Airbnb, create an account. You're probably going to have to create an account anyways, because if you want to ever use it, and then private message the listings and say, hey, I don't know if you know, but this is still a great time to sell. So, Airbnb is a great source if you like doing expireds and that kind of thing. But anyways, I didn't want to make this thing too long. We have, we're going to do, tomorrow we have a great sales meeting. Shep is going to, they're going to do the safety thing, but then we're also going to talk to you about some more really good topics. And text me, email me today, everyone that was in this meeting, so that we can give you the $5 credit towards your AR bill. So don't forget to email me. Let's take part again this tomorrow, 11. And I think we're gonna they're gonna talk about safety first, but then tomorrow we have some other really good topics too. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Great. Thank you.
You have a
Hey, it was
blessed
great
day.
seeing you guys, and it was a lot of fun. I like this. It was good. You guys have a good day. Thank you.
Bye. Be safe.
Bye-bye.
Bye. You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes, sir.